Please don't spoil the movie by adding your own soundtrack.
Not that face. Hi, I'm Meg. That's kind of a hard one.
Who's Meg?
From Hercules. Hercules. The cartoon version.
My name is Princess Jasmine.
Princess Jasmine.
Yeah.
And welcome back to
Please
don't spoil the movie. Podcast brought to you by sisters who love each other.
We're spoiling the movie.
Yeah, bitches. I was talking to my wedding planner, which is also Chancellor's cousin, which is also my soon-to-be cousin-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she listened to the podcast. She was like, I don't know which one is you. She's like, y'all sound so familiar. Well, she said we sound similar.
When I listen to it, I'm like, I don't know who's me.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. And then sometimes you'll say something funny and I'm like, Jordan's not the funny one. I'm taking credit. That was me who said that.
Oh, huh. Really? I edit it. So like, I know I can tell us apart. That's so weird.
Sometimes I can't. Like when we're talking over each other, I'm like, who the fuck is who here?
Well, yeah. When we're talking over each other, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I do agree. We do sound similar.
Yeah. I was like, we have the same mannerism, so I can't.
It all makes sense.
Yeah. But this is Jordan. I am Jordan. Jordan's the one who's getting married this year.
Or am I Jordan?
Right. They're like, I don't fucking know. Jordan's the one getting married this year. She's unemployed, soon to be broke as a joke, and homeless. That's me.
Jade's the disgraced NFL cheerleader. Retired. The retired, disgraced NFL cheerleader. Any updates? Speaking of you being unemployed, any updates on that?
Still waiting to be fired. It's honestly super fucking frustrating. And I'm about to crash the fuck out.
Do it. Do it, baby. It's, no one will judge you for
that
it.
Shit crazy. Huh?
It's warranted for sure.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Sure. I'm still waiting on a freaking letter in the mail. And I guess I'm going to try to go down there tomorrow and see if I can. I guess my badge still works. If I'm fired, I guess I'm just going to go in there and see if I can open my laptop and see if there's an email in there. I don't know.
You think your badge doesn't work?
No, I think it still works. But it shouldn't because I'm fired. In the system, they have me as terminated. But
how do you know they have you in the system as terminated?
So when I went in yesterday, my manager noticed it, and it was like they put that I was terminated this previous Friday. And then so I went in the office yesterday, and then he was like, well, it says y'all terminated up in here, so I don't know if y'all gonna get paid for today. And I was like, Negro,
wow.
What? Because I can't file unemployment till I get this dumbass letter, and y'all ain't gonna pay me. I want a class action lawsuit that's gonna bankrupt Elon Musk. Right. I hate to say America. I won't put this on America, but I will put this on Elon's ass.
Put it on all of them.
The Billionaire Boys Club. I know y'all got the money. Y'all going down. If I'm burning, you burn with us.
If we burn,
you burn with us. Yeah.
Oh my God, she sounded like such a frail old woman.
I know. They were like, try again. She's like, this is the best I could say this fucking line. Like,
this is the best I could do.
Guys.
Well,
anything going on with you?
Girl, you're about to get fired and I'm about to fucking quit.
Still.
And we about to be two unemployed bitches together. Because these motherfuckers, they got me fucked up. I cannot keep on getting abused like this.
I know.
And I am over it. But that's another conversation for another day, I guess.
Was today not better at work?
Girl, I barely went. I didn't get there. It's like 9:30.
Good.
And then I didn't do anything.
Good.
And then me and my coworkers were like, we need to get out of here. The energy is just so awful. So we went and got lunch. And then we came back from lunch and my stomach hurt. So I was like, I'm going home.
Period.
And that was that.
Lovely.
So I might keep this up until at least Mardi Gras. Like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, y'all probably not going to get no work out of me either.
Yeah.
To hell with them.
The hell.
But, you know, whatever. What else is going on?
I finally saw Kiki Palmer's in
Oh, you saw, what the fuck is the movie called? I forgot already.
One of Those Days.
One of Those Days.
Yeah, I
You
was
saw-
joked. I was like, oh, y'all funny. This was hilarious.
Oh, you thought it was funny?
Yeah, I did. I feel like you don't be finding something funny because you don't be paying attention.
That's incorrect. That is
You be
incorrect.
on your phone.
I do pay attention, and I was not on the phone when I watched that movie. I was
Okay.
not. It's just like, it was funny. Something can be funny and you not laugh. Like, it was
Yeah.
funny, but I wasn't like laughing. I was laughing. But I feel like nothing's made me laugh the way The Office has made me laugh. I think The Office has tainted me.
Oh, really?
And now anything, if nothing is touching that caliber of comedy, I'm just not laughing.
I can't.
But I liked the movie. I thought it was good.
I feel like I'm overused The Office, so it doesn't make me laugh anymore.
I mean, yeah, I don't laugh at The Office
Yeah.
anymore either. Now I don't laugh at anything. There's nothing to laugh about.
Yeah.
This world is awful.
This world is awful. I don't laugh at
There's
anything.
no laughter in the world.
That was really good.
What did you think about like okay, we got to get our rent money, but then it became, now we got to get money for these shoes.
I thought I wasn't
That
mad
was
at
too
it.
much. Once they added the shoes into the equation, I was like, y'all are doing too much. Let's
didn't
just
mind
keep
it.
the focus on the rent money.
Like,
That
no
became,
rent money.
it became too many variables in the
Mhm.
equation.
Yeah.
And I was like, now we're getting all over the place. And
I
that
didn't
was
mind
irritating.
it. I guess, yeah, I get what you're saying. They didn't need it.
Yeah, it was just
but-
unnecessary.
Yeah, I liked it. I like the scene where she goes, tries to sell the shoes, and the guy was like, your daddy died? Or something like that. And he starts crying and, whatever.
Yeah, he cons her. Yeah, but I thought that was funny. What else was that funny?
When I saw Cat Williams, I didn't know Cat Williams was in it. I was like, Cat.
We love Cat Williams.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah, he
The
did
girl,
good,
the little
did good.
Spanish girl, she was on,
She was on, was it Jennifer Hudson's show? It wasn't Jennifer Hudson, huh?
I don't know which one is
I
that.
think, is that what you're, I thought you were talking about, never, something else. Okay.
She was on
She made her
Curb.
first,
Okay.
she made her first, I saw on TikTok, she made her first, like, talk show guest appearance.
Oh,
But
okay.
it wasn't Jennifer Hudson. It was like the Sherry Shepherd show.
Oh, she was on like the second to last or the last season of Curb Your Enthusiasm. She's really funny. She was,
Okay, look at her.
yeah, she's funny. And I bust out laughing when she was laughing at the girl's credit score. I was like, she's funny. She's cute. Yeah, she's adorable.
She's super cute.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you liked the movie.
Yeah, it was cute.
Did you
I got
watch
to
it?
watch. Huh?
What did you watch it on?
I bought it on like Prime, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How much
it was on sale for like $15 doll hairs. And then I watched I wasn't that scared. I watched Long Legs, the one with
I don't know what that is.
what's his name? The actor that's a terrible actor and he lost everything. He lived in New Orleans.
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is not a terrible actor.
He's up and down.
No Nick Cage film has horrible acting.
Jade. It's
not a
it's
bad
like
actor.
good bad.
He's weird.
It's good bad. Like I watched what's that movie where the plane Con Air recently, and I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way that this man has survived this long. It's just like it's so bad. Like his accent is good, but it's terrible. Like it's a good movie.
What was the movie about? I've never even heard of Long Legs.
It's like a FBI agent. It's a little sci-fi-y, a little devil-y, but an FBI agent is tasked with figuring out who the serial killer is, and the serial killer is long. They call him Long Legs, but it's whatchamacallit's character, Nicolas Cage's character.
Nicolas Cage is a serial killer?
Yeah, go look at.
I thought he was the FBI agent.
No. Look at his face, and he's like, and he's very weird in it. I was like, this is perfectly casted, but he's also like super weird, and I'm just like, I can't tell if this is good or bad. But it was a good
Oh
movie.
my God.
Yeah, he's got that white paint on him.
Ew, he looks so fucking creepy.
Yeah, so creepy. And so in the movie, they said,
Is he a woman?
No, he's just
He's not. This isn't a woman.
No, he's just weird.
He's not playing a woman in this movie.
No,
He
don't
looks
think
like
so.
a woman.
yeah, he's fucking weird. And like
Ew.
I saw like I read like a clip or saw a clip or whatever the hell that the person who plays the girl who plays the FBI agent, the one of the first scenes that they shot was her interviewing Nicolas Cage in that makeup, and that was the first time she saw him. Like that was like her first time seeing him in the makeup, and she was like, "The scene that I shot was me visibly being disgusted by him."
Right. Ew. Oh,
He is
Blair
gross
Underwood
looking.
is in this movie?
Who?
Blair Underwood. Come on. Come on. Come on. You should know Blair Underwood. I should say Blair Underwood and you should instantly know who that is.
But I think Claire Underwood, the singer.
First of all, there is no Claire Underwood, bitch. It's a Carrie Underwood.
Oh, the black man. Yes, Blair Underwood. I forget his name is that.
Claire Underwood. That person doesn't fucking exist. Claire Underwood is a figment of your imagination.
What I was trying to say is when I hear Blair Underwood, I think of a country white woman, a country singing white woman. But yes, Blair Underwood is in it. I forget that's his name. I don't know what I think his name is. It's not that.
I forget that's his name.
And the girl from I don't know if you watched the new version of Sabrina that came on Netflix, but she was in it too. I don't think you watched it,
I
though.
recognize her.
Yeah.
I guess. No, but I didn't watch the creepy.
She was
shit.
on there. I was like, look at you, girl.
I forgot about that show.
Right up her alley. A little demon show. Little double show.
Yeah, won't be watching this.
It was good. It was not. I thought people made it seem like it was so scary. I was like, it was not that scary. He was really barely in it. And for most of the movie, she's just like literally just trying to find this serial killer. There's a little like spooky stuff in the background, but you just think she's just kind of psychic.
Oh, this made a lot of money to say I've never heard of this movie ever.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I had to show you a scene where he's like driving and he's like, what is he singing or something? It's like good, bad. I'm like, oh my God, Nicholas, you have to relax.
Nick, come on. I
Come
can't tell what
on.
this is.
But I haven't been watching anything lately. I need to get on my shows.
Yeah, Yellow Jacket's out.
Yo, Jackets back. I'm gonna let it creep up a little bit. They probably only get like 2 episodes right now, but I need to watch that. How'd you know that was my show, honey?
We've talked about this
Thank
show
you for
on this very podcast.
thank you for
before.
paying attention to me and recognizing me.
Only sometimes when I feel you
There's
need
another
a little
show that I
encouragement.
like that's back. I forgot what the other one was.
I made a really funny joke.
Oh, what was it?
I said only sometimes when you need encouragement.
Good one. On occasion, yes.
Good one.
Good one. 10 out of 10. There was another one, I forgot. And I saw this tweet and it was like Yellow Jackets and something else, but it's like a dark show is back and all the girlies who are on like Zoloft are thriving or something like that. And I was like,
White Lotus or some shit.
oh, something darker.
Oh.
And I always thought that was funny because I was like, I am on Zoloft and I do love Yellow Jackets and I did love that other show.
That you can't remember. Did you hear about Euphoria?
Oh my God, no. I heard it's coming back, which is annoying.
Yeah. You're a watcher of the show.
I'm Jade, I'm done. I don't want to see, it's over. It is over.
they need to finish it out.
It's
What
gonna
was
be
the
so
last
bad.
episode? Is this fucking Play About Us? That was
Yeah.
the last episode, right? No,
Yeah, it's
they need to finish that out. I know what happens with Maddie and Nate and Clarissa.
Well, Jade, so this is what I'm saying.
Is that
like,
their names? I don't even know. I
Maddie
was
and
pretty
Nate,
close.
and not Clarissa. You got Maddie and Nate, but I can't think of the other girls.
2 out of 3. Ain't bad.
Clarissa.
Alex?
No, shut up. Let me
Think, God damn it.
No, I'm not thinking. I'm Googling. Casey.
I was close.
Yeah.
A
See,
C name.
I was interested in them coming back 2 fucking years ago, but now I'm just like, so what? Y'all gonna have another show? Wait another 3 years because everyone's gonna be fucking busy.
This is gonna be the last season. They're gonna wrap it all up.
Okay.
These guys are too big of stars now for them to keep on coming back for seasons.
Yeah, and then I
Them
don't know.
top 3. Yeah, this is it for them.
And then the mom is not coming back.
Who's the mom?
The lady who plays Zendaya's mom's not coming back.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's not coming
why?
back, and I think that's really sad because after like when COVID happened and after she made like a dinner interview, and she was like Zendaya, come back to work, sweetie. I need you, because like she don't really be booking shit, and she really need the money, and like the fact that she's not coming back makes me feel really sad. And I hope she's doing well.
Disgraceful.
Yeah, I don't. So yeah,
Why wouldn't they call her back?
I don't know. And then like they're not bringing a couple people back.
Character is still on drugs. She needs her mother.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a couple people they're not bringing back, and I thought that was interesting. And a couple people they're adding, and I was like,
yeah,
that's
they're
fucking
adding
interesting.
that football player that's like everywhere these days.
Yes.
And I'm like, how does he fit into this show?
I guess this is going to be the humorous relief, but yeah, it's not like he's serious. I hope he's on one episode and that's it.
Yeah.
At this point, so some of the people they're adding, I'm just like, is this just like a money grab, or like, are y'all?
Yeah,
is it really going to be a good show? Or I'm just watching because all of these random people are in it. You know what I'm saying?
Girl, as long as them, not even them top 4. I don't watch the show, but as long as them top 4 there, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Really, as long as the hot tall one is still there.
Yeah.
Not even Zendaya.
And then I wonder if they're going to do a time jump or not.
Yeah, they need to be freshmen in college at this point.
Yeah. And then
They're not going to do no time jump. Okay. Speaking of time and jumps, it doesn't really work. Do you have anything else you'd like to share?
Happy Mardi Gras, no.
Oh, yeah, it's carnival season, baby.
Carnival time.
Throw some beads. Show your titties. Here we go.
Y'all be safe out there, but let's go to a time in the future.
House. Think artificial intelligence. Think technology. Modern day advances. Think a typical suburban American white family. Think a widowed father. Think Disney movie. Think it's a Disney movie, so you know they gotta kill somebody mama up in this hole. Think older brother. Think choreographed Backstreet Boy-esque dance routine randomly placed in the film. Think father-son dynamic. Think it's a new era, it's a new day, so we're coming up with new inventions, and this invention happens to be a smart house. Oh, shit. That's the name of the movie. Drum roll, please. That leads us to
Smart house.
Smart house.
If your house isn't smart, what are you doing?
The house is jumping.
It might have been White Lotus. It probably was.
It had to have been.
Yeah.
What else could it be? White Lotus is not good.
It's different. No, it is. It's different.
No, it's not.
It's a slow burn.
And the fire never flames. It never comes out.
It's just like if you want drama, like if you just want like
we're trying to light the match against the rock, and it's not coming.
Just
the flame isn't producing.
It's like if you would want, like if you were in the real world and you went on like a yacht for 30 days and like drama unfolds. Yeah. It's nice and slow and it's just like tea.
I guess.
I don't know. I like it.
The second season was okay. You know, these gays, they're trying to kill me. That was an iconic line delivery, but
I really liked the first season.
It's okay.
That second season was wild.
The death of his mother, 13-year-old Ben Cooper takes it upon himself to take care of his widowed father, Nick, and younger sister, Angie. But their lives take a major shift when Ben enters and wins a smart home that improves his family's lives through personal applied technology, better known as HAT, an AI assistant. But things take a turn when Ben tries to reprogram HAT into a 1950s housewife.
That's it. This movie's kind of deep.
Yeah.
I could see someone writing like a think piece about this movie.
Oh, yeah, for sure. When I was doing my notes, it said, it described this movie as a comedy, and I was like, this movie is not a comedy.
It's a little, it was getting kind of intense in there.
Ben needs therapy.
Ben needs therapy. The house, like the housewife trope thing, I don't know. It's like her becoming a 1950s woman mom and then eventually crashing out because it's too much, even though she's a fucking robot, is very real. Like her being like, I have to do all this and you're not appreciating. It's like, yeah. It's like, it's real as
And
fuck.
there's no quaaludes for her to take. So
Yeah,
she's,
no quaaludes.
she's
It's
got to
just
deal
like-
with this.
It's like they encompass all parts of being a mom. You do all the work, no one loves you, and then you might crash the fuck out.
Amen. The movie is an American science fiction comedy released as the 8th Disney Channel original movie, better known as a DCOM.
You're gonna
If
ask
you
me what the
will.
first one was?
Do you know what the first one is?
I feel like I should, but I forgot. It was.
We've done
I know it.
the first one. I think we have.
It was. I think we have. It's now not Hocus Pocus.
We haven't done the first one. I lied.
thank
We
God.
talked about what the first one is.
Okay.
Like whatever. What was the last Disney movie we did?
It was a Hocus Pocus.
No. Hocus Pocus one is the theater. Okay, first of all, stop saying Hocus Pocus.
but I know
Hocus Pocus is not a DCOM.
I know, but I thought we talked
Disney
about it.
Channel. Disney
It
Channel.
had to be like a Lindsay Lohan something. Is it Lindsay Lohan?
No, you're way too late on the
No,
timeline.
I'm trying to figure out the last one we talked about that got us.
Oh, I'll give you a hint. The last movie that we did that was a DCOM that we talked about
Just told me that
falling
one.
in this isn't the answer, but it was
Okay.
Halloween Town. In Halloween Town,
Okay,
we talked
yeah.
about what was the first DCOM.
I don't remember.
Think another Disney Halloween movie.
Oh, Under Wraps.
There you go.
I feel like I guessed it last time after like the third try. I'm
I
upset
don't know
that-
about that.
I did.
Jury's still out on that one. So in
Okay.
1997, we have Under Wraps. 1998, we have Your Lucky Dog, followed by Brink, and followed by Halloween Town. Halloween Town is the 4th Disney Channel original movie.
And this is the 8th.
After Halloween Town, we have
Oh.
Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century. After
Did
that,
that.
we have Can of Worms. After Can of
Creepy
Worms, we
one.
have The 13th Year. And coming in at the 8th spot, we have Smart House.
10 out of 10.
Take a wild guess what's the one after Smart House. For shits and giggles. You'll never get it.
Up and Away.
No.
Girl or boy.
That's like the
main character.
The 13th, it looks like. Think tropical.
Oh, Johnny Tsunami.
There you go. Okay, back to what the fuck we were talking about. 8th Disney Channel original movie. The movie is directed by LeVar Burton and written by William R. Hudson and Stu Kroger. The film was released June 26, 1998. Stu, the writer, visited NASA's Jet Laboratory to research technology featured in Smart House and his other film, drumroll please, Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century. That's right, people. That's right, folks. Stu gave us Smart House, but he also gave us the masterpiece that is Xenon.
This dude
Girl
just
of
wanted
the
to go to
21st.
NASA because ain't no way that he saw anything up in there that was just like, yeah, this is what
There's
I'm
no way
this
he
movie.
saw anything in that laboratory relevant to him writing Smart House.
Yeah,
Xenon, I get, because that shit takes place on a spaceship.
I guess.
But there's nothing in this movie that could have.
And are you
helps
is he
you write
low-key trying
this.
to tell us that we got some of these technologies at NASA? Is he spilling secrets?
Right. Is that what you're trying to tell
Is that
us?
what you're telling me?
Do read between the lines.
He saw a mainframe. He's like, yeah. But then the movie.
Yeah. The film is set in Monroe County, New York.
Oh,
Fun.
never heard of it.
And Brie Larson also auditioned for the role of Angie. That's all I have for you, folks.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. Brie Larson. She doesn't know who that is.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
She. Oh, and Angie. Okay, yeah. It's a network.
Cast.
You don't know how much it costs, how much they spent.
But
You know
this is a
nothing?
This is a DCOM. This
Fine.
didn't go into theaters. We don't get
Fine.
box office
You
for
don't
a
even get
TV
budget?
released movie. That happened in 1999. No,
They have statistics.
they
back
don't
then.
have those numbers.
No stats.
Correct. Cast. Kathy Siegel. I think that's her name. Kathy Siegel. Kathy Siegel. I don't know. As Pat the Smart House. Ryan Merman as Ben Cooper, a 13-year-old computer nerd and contest whiz. Kevin Kilner as Nick Cooper, Ben's widowed father. Jessica Steen as Sarah Barnes, the Smart House creator and Nick's love interest. Katie Volding as Angie Cooper, Ben's younger sister. And that's all we need. That's all we need. That's all the people that matter here.
I'm surprised that Kathy Siegel almost did this movie. Yeah, she's in
Yeah.
like
I mean,
Married
I'm
with
sure
Kids.
life slowed down after, Married with Kids and what's that other one? 8 Simple Rules?
Yes, but still, I'm looking at her. So, Married with Children, that's what it's called, actually, ended 1997. 8 Simple Rules. I don't know that one, but that started in 2002.
You know 8 Simple Rules.
But that started in 2002. I most know her from Sons of Anarchy. Boop.
Oh, I forgot about Sons of Anarchy.
Mhm.
Who is she? The mom?
Yeah, she plays she
The
plays
stepmom?
she plays the main guy's on and off again love interest. I don't know if she's the main guy. No, she plays the old main guy, not the young one.
Right.
But I
His
don't know
wife,
if she's the actual main guy's son or not. I can't remember.
Mother.
Yeah, mother or not. I can't remember.
The actual main guy isn't the main guy.
No, the hot
The
one.
actual main guy is the old guy.
No. What?
You
No,
think
it's
the
not.
son's the main guy?
Jade, yes. Have you ever seen Sons of Anarchy?
I have.
I
I think it's the old guy.
No, it's absolutely not.
I don't think that show's
He's
about
a close
him.
second, but absolutely not.
I do not think that show's about the young guy.
Jade, it is.
I would have to agree.
Disagree.
Disagree.
It
I would have to disagree.
is.
I don't agree with you.
It definitely is.
Now, I will
Single
say,
father Jax Taylor finds his loyalty to his outlaw. I mean, I would say he's a close second, but I would say the dad's a close second. But I think
I would say the two, if anything, share
yeah.
the spotlight.
Let's decide that.
Now, I will say that young son, he's hot as hell.
Oh yes, I remember
That's
when I
a-
first discovered that show, and I was like,
That's
"Oh, I
a
should not be
delicious
watching this."
specimen.
I was like, I should not be watching the show, but I am sold. Gorgeous.
Patati. Okay, let's dive on in.
Let's talk about this movie. So the movie begins in where you say we are? Some
Monroe County, New York.
Monroe. That's so funny that they have a Monroe. Anywho, because we have a Monroe in
We have
Louisiana.
Monroe here. an
At
awful
first I thought
place.
you were saying like they shot him in Monroe, Louisiana. I was like, oh, really? But
No.
never mind.
In a much fancier town than our Monroe.
But the movie begins and we see like this paper boy. He's on his paper route. He passes by this lovely house and he throws the newspaper not close enough to like the door. He hears someone say, "Young man, I told you to throw this paper closer." And he's like, "Sorry, ma'am." He doesn't realize he's talking to Pat, the artificial intelligent house. And then Pat sends out a little hand thingy, like a machine robot hand to
It's like
pick up the
a-
newspaper.
An elastic arm, but
Yeah.
it's not elastic. It's like metal. As if the house has an arm.
Yeah, and Pat, the machine, the robot, picks up
The
the
helm.
newspaper and leaving the young man in shock. How
And
does he not know about
confused.
this smart house that lives in his neighborhood? I'm like, sir.
He
Hey,
don't
just
need to
knew
know
this?
that. That ain't none of his business.
His
His business is to throw that paper.
Also, I think I don't know why, but I think it's so weird that it's just like a random house in the middle of a street that this is the
I
the
think this
invention.
whole thing is random.
Yeah.
I think, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Why are we giving this home away for free?
Right.
Who's gonna pay the mortgage? Who's gonna cover the utilities?
What's the point of it? Do you plan on making more houses like this?
How much did this cost to build this home? And then to add artificial intelligence to the
Yeah.
house for us to be giving it away for free.
Right. Also, are the
And there's no qualm or catches.
right? Because in theory, the family should like get the house, but like they're the test subjects, you know?
Right. Yeah, like
And
we
like
will now document the rest of your lives
yes,
for a
yeah,
scientific experiment
yeah.
and research.
Like we
They
all
don't
knew.
even do that.
No, it's nothing. So
Have
after
fun,
after
have
this,
house.
we go inside the house and we meet the house or the home smart house creator, Sarah Barnes, woman in tech.
Women in tech, women in
tech,
STEM.
honey. She's chilling there with her publicist. He's doing nothing as men do. And she's discussing the fact that she's trying to like get the house ready for this contest so she can like contest off the house.
Yeah, so whoever her backer, her boss is, I don't know. They've come up with this ridiculous idea to build this freaking house, load it with everything you could possibly need, and then give it away for free. And she's making sure that all the bells and whistles are aligned and that the contest goes off without a hitch and that Pat is prepared and ready to make the morning newspaper.
And she got a pet mouse.
And she has a pet rat.
It's
Butler.
a mouse.
It's a fucking rat. A mouse or rat's the same thing.
No, Jade. Mouses are huge. Like that.
You mean rats? Rats are huge.
Oh, what'd I say? Rats are huge and they're gross. Mice can get away with being kind of cute.
I don't know about kind of cute. They're just smaller. Then, after we leave Sarah and she's done, you know, touching up the house, we're introduced to the Cooper family. But more importantly, we're introduced to Ben Cooper. He's 13 going on 47.
Yes.
He literally does everything that a mother or matriarch of a family should be doing. He's cooking. He's cleaning. He's picking up the little sister from school. He's making sure that her hair is combed. He's making sure that the house is tidy. He's doing everything. He's only 13. And while he's doing this, while he's tending to the home, he is also filling out his probably 2000th application for this contest that Sarah Barnes has going on for the Smart House. He, out of the 8,000 or so submissions that they will eventually get, he's probably put in 3/4 of them. He's determined to get this house.
And we also learned during the scene, at one point, like the dad comes home and the little sister, Angie, is like, oh, Dad, I'm so glad you're home. And I'm glad you have more free time. Maybe you can go on a date. And Ben is like,
why the fuck would he go on a date? We're a perfect family just how it is. You got somewhere you don't want to be, Dad? You got somewhere else you think will make you happy?
Because
why do you need to be happier?
Did we say that? The mom is dead.
Yeah, just like any other Disney movie,
the mom,
you know, this is dead mother time.
So early on, we get the vibes that Ben is trying to replace his mom so that his dad doesn't date any other woman and introduce anybody else into this family.
Right. He said,
and
if
that's
it
why he
ain't
does
my
all
mama,
this.
It ain't nobody else.
Exactly.
He even, when Dad gets phone calls from women, he doesn't leave a message. He's like, oh yeah, I'll leave a message. I'll make sure to get it to him. And he don't give it to him.
See, that's only cute when like the little girl does it. It's not cute when the son
this is
do it.
weird behavior on a boy.
Yeah. The dad, that should have been a red flag for the dad right
differently.
There. Huh?
It reads differently.
Differently, it does.
It's like, why is you cotton black and your daddy?
Yeah. It reads very differently. Also, the dad should be concerned.
Yeah, like, what's going on, Ben?
See, Dad, like, I think he said like 4 years ago, which obviously you never get over your mom, but like, it's time for him. It'll be time for him to move on.
We need to start the healing process.
Yes. So back at the Smart House, Sarah's there, her publicist is there, and she's like trying to get everything in order because that night the backer, her boss, is coming over, and that night they're gonna pick the contest winner. So and they're picking it that night, so like in the next morning it could be in the
make
newspaper.
The morning paper.
Yeah. So Ben is up all night, and he plans to stay up all night or till 10 o'clock because that's when the winner is going to be chosen. But he falls asleep. This is back in the day where they had dial-up, so you can't be on the phone and on the laptop.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what I didn't even understand it.
Oh yeah, because
like,
you can't
conflict here.
Yeah, because you remember back then you couldn't do both.
You couldn't be on the internet and the phone at the same
Yeah,
time?
you couldn't. If you were on the internet, you were holding calls couldn't come through.
Oh.
Yeah, you had to pick one.
That's before my time.
Yeah, before right. That was at the tail end by the time we started recognizing what was going on.
Yeah, because he was like, all right, I can't get any calls if you're on the computer. And I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Are you poor?
Like,
No,
yeah. And then when they were calling, so then when they win the contest, and
Yes.
Sarah and the publicist keep on calling them, and then Sarah goes, there must be a teenager in that house. I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with nobody answering the phone?
Because the kid is on the goddamn internet.
That's crazy.
Because kids don't even play on the phone no more. They on the internet. They're IMing.
What
holding up the phone
ancient
long.
times.
Yeah. Ancient times. So yeah, we have smart houses, but I can't be on the internet and at the phone at the same time.
Right, you're telling me I can't use dial-up?
So yeah, so Ben wins the whole night. They're trying to call Ben to tell him he's won, but he's falling asleep.
He's on the internet.
He's on the internet. Phone calls won't get through. So it's the next morning. He finally wakes up. He's late for school. His dad is like, Ben wants to like, yeah, he's late. Ben wants to check to see if he won. The dad's like, we don't have time. Let's go to school. So at school, a couple people come up to Ben and say, congratulations, Ben. Good job, Ben. Ben,
you're like, so cool.
Yeah.
You're so awesome, Ben.
He has no idea what's going on.
The fuck?
Only thing he recognizes is his bully coming up to him. He's like, where's my homework?
Let me just say, this bully, what is his name?
Ryan
is a textbook, like a 90s bully. With like the spiked hair and the excessive hair gel, the like shell necklace, the where's my lunch and money? Did you finish my paper?
He's bigger than the rest of the kids.
Yeah. He went to like the 1980s, 1990s John Hughes like school of bullies.
Right.
Like
if I had to guess, he got kept back a year.
Yeah. Like this is textbook 90s bully. Like executed perfection.
Yes. Do my homework or I'm going to beat your butt.
I'm going to stuff you in the locker.
He's like, I'm going to do it.
So Ben's bully Ryan is harassing him for some fucking paper. And he's like, fine, I'll do your goddamn paper, you
whatever
fucking slacker. And after this exchange, Ben then goes to class and he is greeted by his classmates. They're all clapping for him. Hip, hip, hooray, Ben. Congrats to you. And Ben's like, what happened? What's going on?
I cannot stand the way they're acting when it felt like,
ugh, they're young.
Oh, yeah, Ben. Woo. Oh, awesome, man. Good job.
Ben, you're so cool.
I wanted to
throw up. Oh, my God, Ben. How does it feel to be you?
It's so cringe. I'm like,
they're young.
They got this shit down packed. But that's how I hated it.
They're just starting out.
It was so accurate. I feel like movies are always like that. Like, oh, yeah.
You're so cool, Ben. You're the coolest. So,
yeah.
Ben's like, what's all the hoopla, guys?
What's going on?
And he takes a look at the paper. Somebody has it. And he has won. He's ecstatic. Rejoice. All of those entries actually, paid off. I don't know how all you had to do was just put your fucking name, email, and address into a fucking thing and you win a home. I don't know. But that's all he had to do.
So he did. And he won.
And since he won, he's won the contest. Is his name going on the deed? That's the property? How is this working? Is he the owner of the house?
Right. I guess we got to talk to our lawyers.
This is ridiculous. This is why it's a children's film.
Yeah.
So, Ben, he calls up Dad. He calls up Nick. Got to tell him the news. Dad, we did it. I did it. We won the house. Nick's like, I don't really want to hear it, Ben. Like, this sounds too far-fetched. There's no way they're giving away a house without some sort of catch. And Ben's like, Dad, look at the paper. We won. And he's like, okay, fine. I'll take a look at the paper. Nick opens up the paper. He not worried about that goddamn house. What he sees, centerfold, is the creator of that house, Miss Sarah Barnes.
When I saw that, I was like, damn, you that horny? When's the last time?
No, he's like
thirsty.
Desperate.
Huh?
No, he's like really desperate.
Yeah.
Like he's a desperate man. Like
he's handsome.
He's a good-looking man. He really
don't have
is.
to work this hard.
He shouldn't have to work this hard, but
Got a
that is
job.
a desperate man.
Yeah.
He is not about this house shit. He's like, no. He sees that paper and he's like, sign us up.
He said,
We're meeting with them right now.
We'll
Let's
check it
go
out.
over there.
We'll check it out, son.
We'll check it out.
We'll give
check
it
it
a go.
out.
Okay.
He took
we'll
one look at Sarah Barnes and he said, oh, yeah, this
Bet.
is all the home I need.
Be it. So the next scene is a news conference. We have Sarah's boss in front of Pat, the smart house. And they're basically talking about how the Cooper family has won the smart house and they're, giving it over to them.
Yeah, there's cameras, there's news stations. It's a huge press conference.
Hoopla.
Yeah, real media stuff.
So Sarah walks the Cooper family inside and she gives them a tour. One of the first things she does is she gives Pat their DNA. They scan. So we see Angie put her hand in like this, it looks like a fingerprint scanner, but it pinches her and it steals her DNA and then tells her all the things that she got going on in her body.
She tells her her weight, her age, her BMI, her allergies, when she broke a goddamn bone. Is it all of this from this prick of a fingertip?
Well, ma'am, you should have, maybe maybe they weren't as back then, but I'd be like, you should have told me that she was going to take my DNA and put it in the system.
And now I have all of this laying around in my home. Like now she knows
Who has
everything
this data?
about me. Right. Where is this data going
Where's
to,
it going?
Sarah?
Yeah.
So,
and in today's thoughts, I'm always thinking okay, they're doing it for the computer, but there's always a bigger thing. You guys are selling my DNA
right.
and cloning me or something. It's
and I
something
wouldn't put it past
devious.
your ass.
Yeah, I know you're up to something. So during the house tour, one of the coolest things that we see that always that's imprinted in my head is in the living room. Pat can turn this big green screen on, and she can show different parts.
Can give any
background.
Artificial view that they may desire. She can take them to the safaris of Africa. She can take them to the Pacific Coast beaches.
Mm-hmm.
She can take them to the Rocky Mountains. And then
that image always sits with me.
Yeah. And then she can also give you the wind, the smell of it all, the mist, all of that.
I would love that.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's cool. It's pretty cool.
And after, they get a look around, they check it out. They're getting to know Pat. Nick seeing how hot and intelligent Sarah are. They seem pretty sold.
Yeah. And it's sure, we'll move in. Did they have to travel for? I'm assuming they're in the same city, the same town. Well, yeah,
you had to be in Monroe County.
Oh, you did? Okay.
To qualify. That was one of the...
That makes sense.
The qualifications.
So, yeah. Another cool thing that Pat can do is if you ask for something, she can make it. So Angie asks for a strawberry smoothie, and Pat just shoots it on up, drinks it. Angie drops it on the ground. Pat sucks it up in the carpet, cleans it herself.
She absorbs it through her carpet fibers.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
My question is, where does that go, though?
Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about all that. Right, but gross. I'm sure it's really gross wherever it goes.
Yeah.
But yes, at this point, Nick, the dad, is we're sold. Everyone goes to their room. In one scene, we see Angie in her room. She's got your favorite song in the background. She's
Bewitched.
Hey, say you do and I don't.
There we
say
go.
You will, say you will.
Say love me.
Is that the right song? No, it's I huff.
I'll puff. That's the same song.
Okay, I blow you away.
Yeah, I'll huff. I'll puff. I'll huff. I'll puff. I'll blow you away. Say you will. Say you won't. Say you do what I don't. Say the truth. Say me. Say love me.
And then come Raggedy Ben in the room ruining my vibe. Talking about.
What does he tell her? Get off the bed?
Oh yeah, he's turn it down, get off the bed. And
she's like, Dad likes Sarah. And he's like, what the fuck did you just fucking say to me? What the fuck did you just fucking say?
He is so the little sister is oh my God, what is
What is your problem? Are you okay?
She's literally like, I didn't know that was a sensitive subject.
I didn't know that was a trigger, bro.
Yeah.
And he's like, why would Dad like Sarah? The only woman he's ever loved and will ever love is our mother. And she's like, okay,
buddy,
take it down a notch. And he's like, you're so ignorant.
Yes. When he called her ignorant, I was like, oh,
ignorant.
Ignorant.
But ignorant means
how
she's
am I ignorant?
9.
Excuse me?
Right. You're so ignorant.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. That was crazy.
And he tells her, oh, yeah, go ahead.
Apologizes to him. She's like, okay, I'm sorry. And he's like, sometimes you just need to watch what comes out of your mouth.
He was going in.
I was like, whoa. This is crazy hostile.
And then he also mentions, like, now that we have Pat, and, you know, and with my help, we don't need a mother because she can do our motherly roles, which is also really messed up because all Pat does is cook and clean. And the fact that he was like, that's the only thing we need as a mother.
What he really said was like, everything that I can't do, Pat can do.
Like he meant like cooking and cleaning. And it was like, that's good. But he was like, he wanted Pat to feel sort of to help out with the motherly matriarch role.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is the cooking and cleaning. That's all she do.
Right.
Think piece. I'm all right one day.
LOL.
The dynamic of the smart house and how Pat is fitting into. That's what I'm right.
So my think piece would be on Norbit.
Huh?
My think piece would be on Norbit.
A little morbid?
Norbit. The film Norbit.
Okay. Quickly explain that one. Thank you. What would it be about?
The stereotypes that are portrayed within that film.
Oh, dark-skinned fat woman.
There you go.
Versus the thin, racially ambiguous
light-skinned woman.
Skinny woman. It's actually really fucked up.
All hidden behind comedy.
Yeah. It's actually really funny that the girl is like, she's really tiny in that movie.
She's like 100 and like 0 pounds.
Yeah. He's like, fuck the fatty. I need the skinny woman.
Not fuck the fatty.
That's really what it was. And you know what? I was watching that movie the other day. He really did like Retribution until she cheated on him. He was really down with her.
He was dedicated to her.
He was dedicated to her.
You got a girlfriend, Norbit? No. Well, you do now.
He was really hurt when he found her cheating on him.
You want to see a bitch go down the flag? I'll show you a bitch go down the flag.
Come on, go right. Ooh. That's besides the point. I won't go on a tangent. Did you know they have a body stunt double for Respucia?
Oh, I did not know that.
There's like an actual lady who plays Respucia.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
They put, his face over her.
Oh, so he wasn't dressing up in that?
No. I mean, I think he did it for some scenes, but it was really just like a lady playing Respucia.
Oh, wow.
And apparently she said she always wanted to get into like stunt devils, but she was like, this is the best I can do.
Good for her in some sort of
way.
So
it's like they just put like a face on her.
Wow. Okay.
Face on her.
I didn't know
Is it crazy?
And I remember like watching the movie, I was like, the body, like, I was like, this is so good. Like, nothing about that body looked fake. I was like, this is really good, like, makeup.
Okay,
because it was a real body.
It was a real girl.
I guess that makes
but
sense.
Usually they don't do that. It's just like a fat suit.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this looks real, this body.
It's really good.
Back to Smart House.
Yes. So the next morning, this is their first morning in Pat's smart home or whatever. And she wakes up everybody in their own way that she thinks will help them arise. So we get the first like, oh, this is cool. She's really helping our lives.
Yeah.
And
Angie's woken up by a Disney Channel or a Disney Mickey Mouse symphony. Mm-hmm. Ben is woken up by the last buzzer of a basketball game, and Nick is woken up by roosters.
Yes. And she's like, this is what I think everyone would like. And they're like, okay.
But everyone's happy. Computer analysis, I determined what would be your preference of a morning wake-up call and deduced it through these equations and numbers. And this is what I was able to compute.
I was just learning how to love. So everyone's got their lunch that Pat has made. Everyone's happy. Everyone's awake. And we're off to school. At school, once again, Ben is getting bullied.
But I think this is the first time he's delivered the homework to his bully that Pat did. So now he doesn't have to do the bully's homework.
Right.
Pat gets to do it for him. And then Pat is really helping his life. Also, a girl that he has a crush on, I think her name is Gwen, comes up to him and is like, hey, can I come to your home? I think it's really cool that you have a smart house.
I was totally talking to Becca, and she totally said that she won that contest for the smart house. And I was like, we should totally go to his house.
Yeah.
And Becca was like, why don't you ask him? And I was like, totally. Why don't I? What do you think?
He's climbing the social ladder, honey.
He is.
Thank you, Pat.
As he would, having, a house that can do any and everything for you.
Right. Meanwhile, Nick is now working from home with assistants because I think he has his own business. I'm assuming he sells. I've decided that he's into like camping gear.
That's what I've decided.
I've decided that's what he does.
I don't know what he does.
I think he has his own business. I could be wrong, but I think he's into like purchasing or something like that.
I don't think he has his own business, but I do think his job involves like shipment.
Yeah, like
shipping,
like getting people like to put their product in some stores or something like that.
Yeah, something
like that. But Pat
now, with the convenience of Pat, he is able to work from home most days.
And Angie loves this because she gets to see her daddy more.
Of course.
So now they're home. Everyone's vibing. Angie's happy to see her dad home because usually I guess he was out late. And the kids ask for a little snack. Pat, can you make a orange juice or something like that? And Pat's like, oh, of course. And then she like does her thing where she's about to deliver the orange juice or something. And she starts to malfunction. And she's like throwing like oranges at them. And she's going haywire.
She's going haywire. She's throwing hundreds of oranges at them.
Yeah. I'm like, damn.
And they're ducking.
How much stores she got down
for
there?
Cover. Yeah, they're down. They're ducking for cover. They're freaking out.
And then once it stops, she finally like resets. She's like, sorry about that. And then so they decide to call Sarah to,
Sorry about that.
Oh, sorry about that, guys.
Sorry about all that. I know I almost killed you by the orange.
Yeah.
But
via the
orange, but I'm back to normal.
I'm good now. What you want to get?
You almost lost your life by the hands of oranges, but we're back to normal.
What can I get for you?
Sorry, what was that? Sorry, what was that?
So not Ben. Nick calls over Sarah to come take a look at whatever the fuck is going on with this system. She goes into the control room to do a little touch up on Pat. While she's in there, Ben stops by. He takes a look. Sarah
was like trying to. He sees.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Sarah's trying to be nice to him.
Huh?
She's cool.
Whoa, this is cool. Says Ben.
Awesome. You want to take a look? She says something along the line. He's like, "No, you're not my mom," and he runs off.
Is that what
not
he does?
Exactly, but basically, she's trying to be nice to him. He's like,
"Yeah,
nah, I'm good." And then so Sarah stays for dinner. She tells them that Pat is fixed now. Someone asks, like, does she wash this in the shower? And she assures them, like, Pat is not to invade your privacy. We have I put some certain stuff in her to make her not go, like, too crazy.
Yeah, so she's not wired that way.
The dad, they're having a great dinner. The dad's like, you know what we should do after this? We should get ice cream. And then Sarah's like, great. And Angie's like, great. And then Ben's like, no, it's a school night.
Just because she's here doesn't mean it's not a school night. You're acting like this just because she's here.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's so aggressive with it. He's so hostile with it.
Angie is like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
What is wrong with this
sister?
Kid?
She's like, what's wrong with him?
What is he tripping?
What's his deal? So, but Angie goes to sleep to do her homework. Ben goes upstairs to cry, leaving Sarah and Nick to, bond and get to know each other. We obviously know that Nick is in love with Sarah. And I think Sarah likes,
you haven't seen
Nick.
a woman in 4 years.
Right. So off the bat.
Figuratively and literally.
Exactly. So off the bat, we see them, bonding. And I think also that night, Nick, the dad, goes to say, like, kiss Angie goodnight or whatever, his daughter. And they start talking about Ben and Angie, the only one with emotional intelligence, is like, Ben don't play basketball because he's trying to take care of us in his household, and he hasn't got over the death of our mother. And I don't know if you noticed, but something wrong with him. And the dad's like, I didn't notice.
Say.
You don't fucking say.
I had no idea.
I had no idea.
I didn't know how he was doing all the work around here.
So Nick goes off to Ben, and he basically tells him, I want you to be more of a kid. You don't need to do all this stuff and take care of us. And I want you to relax more. And Ben's like, yeah. Sure. I'll do what I want. So after everyone's asleep, Ben takes upon himself to break into the control room Pat's control room where, everything's in there. He reprograms her. He deletes her safety protocols, which are for safety.
Her safety protocols. Why would he do that?
Not lessens them, deletes.
Why would he do that?
You know what? They never mention that again.
That's never brought up.
Because he's not like, when she starts malfunctioning, he's not like, I did delete her safety protocols.
Right. When she starts cutting the fuck up on them, no one was ever like, oh, her safety protocol fucking mechanism shits are off.
Yeah. Sarah's not like, I don't see that file folder anymore.
It's gone missing.
Yeah. It's not. So no one notices it. And he also makes her, he tells her to act like a mother. So he shows her all these like 1950s sitcoms where
mother of the house. Mama knows best. 3 mothers and a kid.
It's also really messed up that's the
My
version
4
of a mom.
moms.
That's the version of a mom he chose, which is like a very restrictive time for women. Basically slavery. Like all they did was cook and clean and be sad.
She won't let this feminism trope go.
Can't help it. But it's like his mom wasn't that type either. So I'm just like, why did he even choose that?
He wants the best portrayal of a mother, and you can only get that from a 1950s woman who drinks from the bottle and
I guess
takes freaking Xanax to stay afloat while she bakes her fucking homemade cookies.
The mascara running down her eyes from the tears.
Right. That's what he wants.
So Pat brushes up on her restrictive 1950s woman lifestyle. And the next morning she's on it. Like her verbiage is changed. She's talking like a mother.
Hey, bud.
I don't know.
Young lady.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like you brushed your teeth for a full 2 minutes.
She tells
Go back and brush them to completion. And Angie's like, Pat, I brushed my teeth for a full 40 seconds. Young lady, this will not be a conversation.
Will not do.
She's not even talking like a robot anymore. She just sounds like a mom. She tells Angie to go put on a jacket. She tells Ben to take his vitamins.
Yeah, it's a lot.
She makes she makes Ben and Angie their lunches, and it has a homemade chocolate chip cupcake in it.
Yeah.
She tells Nick to mind his business, that he needs to stick to business and work, and she will focus on matters of the tummy. She's locked in. She's the 1950s personified.
Mm-hmm. Very anti-woman.
And so on the way to school, Nick and Ben are in the car. They've already dropped off Angie. And Nick kind of turns to Ben and he's like, was it just me, or was, Pat acting a little bit more maternal than normal? And then Ben's like, yeah, I completely rewired her system so she can be a full-on mom.
Psych.
And then Nick's like, oh, okay, sure.
No, he does not say that.
Yes, he does.
He tells her he rewired his system.
He said, I don't know the words he used, but he's like, yeah, I updated her system. So now she's more maternal.
No, I think he says she's digested what we need as a family, and that's why she's acting more maternal. I don't think she tells her that I went in there. No, that's a secret.
That is not what he tells him.
No, he brushes. No, there's no way he was like, yeah, I broke into this control center and I made her.
He says, I updated her treasure chest and I fixed her chest to do what the fuck I want her to do. That's what he said.
I don't think he admitted it to it.
Hold on.
I thought he was like, yeah, she's adapted to what we need as a family. And that's why she acted more maternal, because we need a mom and not a real human being. That's how I remember it.
Hey, this morning, was it my imagination or was Pat sounding more maternal? Yeah, see, I told you. She has amazing learning curve. At this rate? Oh.
Now she stopped talking.
Finish the sentence, bitch.
Oh.
How should she have learned that stuff without somebody telling her to learn it?
Yeah, well, I feel like the dad's just like, oh, okay, he don't listen, he don't know nothing that's going on. He's like, okay,
he doesn't dive in.
That's what happened. Okay,
that's why
sure.
he don't know why his son don't play basketball.
Exactly. He
don't unpack or dive in.
Exactly.
Idiot.
Doesn't he the problem?
That's why you can't have single fathers. Mm-hmm. They don't pay attention. They don't.
So, also while they're in the car, Ben mentions like, oh crap. He says, I just forgot to get Pat to do my bully's homework. And the dad's like, why is Pat doing some
Why
random
is that her
boys?
responsibility?
Well, I used to do it, but now that we got Pat, she can do it. That's really helpful for me and my duties.
And then Nick's like, well, why is doing this bully's homework your responsibility? And he's like, is this somebody that I need to talk to, their parents? And Ben's like, no, Dad. I've been dealing with Ryan since the 2nd grade. I can handle him. And Nick ultimately tells him, okay, fine, but you should probably stand up to this little fucker.
See, what he should have done is he should have went down to the school. He dropped the kid off, go talk to the principal. My son is not talking to Ryan. He's not doing Ryan's homework. Keep Ryan away from my kid.
Keep Ryan away from my kid.
Yeah, you can't just be like, stand up to him. I need to go down to school. I do need to talk to Ryan's parents. I do need to talk to these teachers. And if Ryan says anything again to my son, I'm fighting that. That's what a mom would do. So next scene, we see Ben is back at home and he's got a black eye because he followed what his dad said. He's to Ryan. Usually in a lot of these movies, the bullies just be like threatening people. They're not really about it. But like this is a while. It's been a while since I see a bully be like, "No, I'm actually gonna kick your ass. Like,
gonna whip your ass because you didn't do what I told you to do." I told you before. I'm a textbook 1990s bully.
Period.
What don't you understand? You're getting this ass whooping.
You're gonna get it. So another way that we see that Pat is really getting into her 1950s vibe is that she knows that one, she's very upset to see Ben with a black eye, and she's
hysterical. She's like, who did this to my baby? Not my boy.
Creepy. I'm like, hold on, Pat. It's also, she's like showing emotions, and that's not what I like from my AI.
Right.
I don't like emotions for them.
You can't have no emotions.
She gives like a steak to put over his eye. That should have been a red flag right there, because it's very 1950s. In the beginning of the movie, she was very like, you need this to fix yourself. You need a certain amount of protein. And
right, she would have been like 6 cubes of ice pressed against your face for precisely 20 minutes.
And now she's
rapidly impair the bruising under the left eye.
Exactly. And now she's like, put this steak over your eye. There's no scientific evidence about a steak over your eye.
And then the dad even says it himself, a steak? That hasn't been done since the 1950s. He even says that.
Yeah. So after this, Ben goes into his room with his black eye, and I guess he's feeling down, and he watches a video of his mom on like a green screen, like an old like videotape, and he's crying. And in the background, we see Pat. She's watching him cry. She's watching the video, and she says something like, downloading information, absorbing this to become the best mom ever.
Oh, I missed that.
She didn't say it like that. She talks like really intellectual.
I missed that. I don't remember that.
After that, Nick is downstairs working, and he takes it upon himself, and he tells Pat, call Sarah.
Call my girl.
Call my girl. Sarah answers quickly. She's like, oh, is everything okay? Last time he called,
We're desperate too. But we failed to mention Sarah also is desperate. She has an awful record.
She's probably, she's been working really hard. She probably hasn't had time to date.
She has an awful track record of men. But then she's also a busy woman, so she doesn't have time to date. So she answers on the first ring. Instantly. Hey! How you doing, Nick?
And then right off the bat, basically, Sarah was like, you calling to ask me on a date? And Nick was like, well, I was going to wait around and fumble the bag a little bit. But yeah, I was. We want to go on a date? And she, of course, says yes. And he was like, yeah, okay, that was painless. That was easy. And then they also get on the topic of Ben. Nick expresses his concern for Ben and that he wishes that he has more fun. And they start discussing that. Pat also overhears this. And she's like, she starts researching.
Download fun.
So she's watching a bunch of MTV videos and people partying and all this crap. And she's like, oh, fun is a house party.
Right.
So she downloads Ben's like a
address book
retro. And she's like, sends all these like invites out to his friends
because
they're going to have a party.
She freaking sends out an invitation for a goddamn house party. But don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody.
She don't even tell Ben.
Damn.
So
the night of Nick and Sarah's date, Angie and Ben are just hanging out. They don't know nothing about the house party that's going to happen that night. And once again, Angie's like, Daddy likes Sarah. And Ben is like, this isn't anything. This is nothing.
You ignorant slut. How many times do I have to fucking tell you?
Dwight, you ignorant slut.
Angie, you ignorant slut.
But yes, once again, Angie's excited to see her dad happy. Ben is like, not this way. So they leave. They're going on a date. Couple minutes later, they get a knock on the door, and it's Ben's friends, and they're like, "Hey, did the party start?" Angie and Ben are like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "We got this invitation over yesterday about this party," and then Pat's like, "Sorry guys, it's me.
It wasn't me.
I invited everyone over for this party because it's fun." And they're like, "Oh, awesome," because it's pretty cool of Pat.
So yeah, they're all excited about this party. Gwen will be in attendance.
Yes.
Ben's crush. Ryan has also received a personal invitation from Pat because Pat want to see Ryan and she want to meet that motherfucker where he at.
She acting a little crazy.
Okay, so they're getting ready for this party. Ben asks, okay, cool, Gwen's gonna be here. We gotta make this place look cool. We gotta make this place look hip. Pat, can you put on some cool, hip music?
Yes, we will.
What did she put on? Some freaking bump, the house is jumping. The house is jumping.
And they do a little dance routine. I love it.
And they're not bad.
They look amazing. They look great. I want to bring back boys dancing, not like too much, but like that level, like a little, a little shimmy, like a little
two-step, a little arm throw.
1-2 step. It was real fun.
Yeah,
it was real adorable. I loved it.
I'm sure everyone, if you know this movie, you remember that scene. Them damn dance.
It gets turned.
House is jumping.
So the party has begun. The boys, Ben's having a great time. Angie is on door duty. I guess she's having a great time. She seems to enjoy it, but
I love how she's like with it. She's like, yeah, let's throw a party. I'll be the bellhop at the door. I'll be the security at the door.
I love Angie. She's great.
Angie is great.
I think she's like good vibe.
Yeah, and I like how they don't really have like beef. Well, he do be clicking out on her. Never mind. But it's not like in the like aggravating little sister, she works on my nerves way. It's like the overly protective, I'm now your mother because our actual mother is dead way.
Right.
So.
And I feel like she like, when he like goes off on her, she like recognizes like, I know he's still processing the death of our mother, so I'm not going to push it.
Yeah, I'm very advanced for a 9-year-old.
I was like, I know I'm not your enemy, but I really wish you get over this.
Let it go,
so
bro.
She's checking people at the door. You can't come in. You are on the list. You're not on the list. Billy shows up.
Ryan,
Jesus, Billy.
It would have put the icing on Billy the fucking cake if this nigga's name was fucking Billy.
Yes,
that would have put the icing on the fucking cake.
Because where did I get Billy from?
The 90s bully trope. If his name was fucking Billy. Billy's
because
a bully.
Where did I get that name from?
I was just like,
know.
Billy.
What?
Billy. That'd been fucking great. Fucking
That'd
Billy the
perfect. Bully. But yes, Ryan shows up. And Angie's like, oh, I know you ain't supposed to be up in here because you're bullying my brother I don't know why you thought you should come up in here. But Pat says, no, he's here.
No,
I invited him."
Angie. He's invited. You
And Angie's like,
know,
okay.
he got a special invitation from me. And by the end of the night, you know, me and Ryan, we're gonna have an understanding of each other.
Mhm.
And then Andrew's like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
And so Ryan
Party turn.
enters the party.
And the party's turned. Everyone's having a great time. They doing second line dances. They parting ways and let people go down the dance floor. It's great.
Right.
It's gotta be, and they're not even drinking. It's gotta be the best teenage party I've ever seen. Preteen party I've ever seen.
Non-supervised.
Non-supervised, sign me up. So at one point, Gwen shows up. She's flirting with him and her and Ben are hitting it up. They're having a great time. They're on the dance floor. And here comes Ryan to ruin the mood. What's going on here? Gwen, you don't want to dance with me?
Right. You're dancing with this loser.
Loser?
And then Gwen's like, you know, Ryan, for your information, I happen to like Ben a lot. And Ben's like, you do? And she's like, yeah.
And I really like her house.
But more specifically, I like your house.
I would like to come over more often.
More often. Quite frequently, actually. If not every day. While they're having this little exchange, Pat pops up. And she's like, oh my goodness. Ryan, you're here. I forgot all about you.
So she record scratches the party. Like, this is let's get to the nitty gritty.
We're actually gonna focus on Ryan now. We're pausing
Ryan
the
real
music.
Quick. And she goes in on Ryan. She's like, Ryan wants the attention. He's a bully.
He thinks he's a tough guy.
She goes in on him. So he's like, he thinks this is like fun and playful. And
he's
then
like,
point,
I am the tough guy. I do like the attention. This is my party, right, Bitty boy?
It's psychotic. She was really going in on him. And at one point, she electrocutes Ryan.
She zaps him through the floor.
She zaps him, which is it's a little too much. She's a child, Pat.
Right.
And at this point, Ryan's like, oh, she ain't joking.
What's going on? I thought this was supposed to be a fun party.
Yeah.
And she's like, fun for everybody but you. And then, you know, she's like a computer. So then she somehow turns herself into a floating skull and follows
like a hologram.
Ryan. There you go. It's a hologram and follows Ryan around out to the door.
Out the house.
Ryan is then tossed out of the house and she tells Ryan, if you mess around with my Ben one more time, you're going to get more than a ghoul following you in a little electric zap.
Get dead.
I'm going to beat your ass.
I'm going to beat your fucking ass. Stop playing with me, boy.
And of course, Ryan, humiliated, embarrassed, thrown out of the party, made to look a fool. He runs off.
Party's back on. They're having a great time. Sarah and Nick are on their date. They're having a great time. But it's getting late. Angie goes up to Ben.
They even share a kiss.
Yes, they even share a kiss. So Angie's like, you know, the parents are coming home. So they kick everybody out before they leave.
Yeah.
Gwen and Ben. I think it's because all their names are adult names.
Yeah, Gwen, Ben, Sarah,
Angie. There's no kitty name.
No variation.
Yeah. I'll bet you. So Gwen and Ben share a little quick kiss. And they walk. And so Angie and Ben walk back in the house. And they're like, the house is destroyed. Why are these kids making this much of a mess?
Yeah, there's shit everywhere.
Disrespectful.
Shit everywhere.
I guess Angie was providing the snacks. They were just like throwing it on the ground. I don't know. So shit everywhere.
They're like, what are we going to do? We can't clean up this house in 5 minutes because that's when Sarah and Nick will be back. And Pat's like, don't worry, children. Just dump all of the garbage onto the ground. And they're like, what? She's like, just do it.
Just do it.
Put it all on the ground. So they dump everything, the confetti, the plates, the cups, the chips, everything is dumped onto the ground. And what does Pat do? She absorbs it with her absorbing carpet microfibers, and that shit disappears.
Interesting. Because I'm like, am I allowed to stand on the floor when you do this?
Exactly. So within 5 minutes, the house is turned from disaster to spotless.
Yay.
And parents arrive. Well,
Yeah.
Nick arrives with his date, Sarah. And he comes home. He's like, oh, my goodness. Oh, the house is so clean, you guys. What did y'all do all night? Did you guys have fun? And then Ben's like, oh, yeah, we just hung out. We chilled. And then Ben rats on himself because what we failed to mention is during the party, you know, when the dance floor was really popping, it was really hot. It was, you know, we're doing the conga. Gwen, second, she takes off her jacket as if she's at like the damn strip club. It was hot. And throws it into one of the plants, one of the bushes in the house. Dad's home. Ben, with his eyes, notices that the jacket, it didn't make its way to the floor. Mm-hmm. It made its way onto the house plant and sees it. The dad notices that Ben's looking at it. He sees it, turns around. They're busted. I don't know.
This is the one thing that Dad notices.
I feel like we could have come up with a lie to be like, oh, that's Angie's. Or it just could have been like, look, I had a girl over. It didn't have to be like, we had a party. Could have been anything else. Saturday night, one of Angie's friends came over. One of my girlfriends came over. Like,
lie. Maybe tried lying.
Cat's out of the bag. Dad knows that there was a party. He's pissed. He's flamed. He's saying how disappointed he is in them, how he can't rely on them. And then Ben, being a little snitch, it was like, look, I didn't even throw this party, okay? This was Pat's idea. And then the dad's like, whoa, what? Pat was not only am I disappointed in these two, I'm more disappointed in you. You're supposed to be helping me. You're supposed to be making our lives easier. How can I rely on you if you're making the mistakes that my children would make? I need you to buckle down, Pat. Buckle down.
And be more responsible. But it's also crazy that he's really talking to this machine like it's really mother.
Oh, he's scolding her like she's a human.
Yeah. They're really hidden this AI system.
He's talking to her as if she's like a nanny.
A real person, yeah.
That's nanny. Like present in the room with us.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's weird. They took that and ran with it.
Yeah.
So the next day, or that night, Pat is like reconfiguring. She's like, be more responsible, be stricter. So the next day, Ben is off to school. His pants are sagging a little bit, and Pat is like, pull your pants up. And he's like, no, this is how the cool kids wear it.
This is the style, Pat.
This is the style. And he goes to open the door, and he gets zapped. That's child abuse. And he's like, Pat, let me out. She's locking the door, and she's zapping him whenever he touches the doorknob.
She's like, pull your pants up. And he's like, crazy. No, I'm not pulling my pants up. He goes to touch the door again. Zap. Pull up your pants, Ben. He's like, fine. I'll pull them up. He pulls them up, and she allows him to exit the
craziness.
House.
Nick is working from home. He is feeling good. He's like, Pat, call Sarah. Pat is like, well, you didn't. How about after you make this sale or after you do this deal? And he's like,
you haven't done much work today, okay?
And he's like, no, call Sarah. And she's like, I
absolutely insist not. That you at least finish the Birkenstein account before I call Sarah. And he's like, fine, I'll do it myself.
These are red flags, everybody. Next, Angie's at home after school. She's chilling. She's watching cartoons. She's watching it, and the channel flips to like the nature channel. And she's like, oh, weird. Change it back to cartoons. Change back to the nature channel. Change it back to cartoon. Change back to the nature channel. And she's like, fine, Pat. I'll go read a book. And Pat's like, that's a good girl. She's about to head upstairs. She sneezes. Pat is like, you're sick. You're done. You're done, kiddo.
She takes her temperature.
Yes.
She's only 99 degrees. And Pat's like, oh my goodness, we gotta get you in bed immediately.
Girl, what?
And then Angie's like, bitch, I'm not even sick.
I'm fine.
And then she was like, this could lead to something serious. Measles.
Yes.
Pneumonia.
So now Angie's upstairs and she's in the bed until Pat says it's okay. The next day, they're finally out the house. I feel like when they're in the house, it's like It's like scary.
They can't say
they can't even
anything.
talk about it. They
Right.
can't even talk about it. So the next day, the kids are in the car with their dad, and they finally get a chance to discuss to talk about Pat and how she's acting stricter than usual, and it's scary. And the dad's like, "Okay, yeah, this is getting out of control. I'm gonna call Sarah over to check Pat to see what's going on."
Calls up
So the next
Sarah.
scene, yeah, go ahead.
She comes over to the house. She's in the control room, and she's like, well, nothing looks out of place. But you don't see that fucking safety control panel is off?
Right.
You're not looking hard enough, girl.
You're not looking. Do your basic checks, honey.
Right.
Because it's not there.
The control room ain't that big. So
you're not gonna
she
find it.
says, nothing looks out of the ordinary. I think I'll just turn her off for the night and have her do a little reboot.
Yeah.
And she should be fine after that.
Nick off. Yeah.
That's what she does.
And then Nick is like, "Do you want to stay over for dinner?" And she's like, "Yeah." So they're downstairs cooking dinner the old-fashioned way, because this whole time Pat was making them dinner. They're like chopping up ingredients. They're chit-chatting. They look like a happy family, honestly. Ben comes down. He sees them chopping up food, doing womanly work that Pat should be doing. And he sees them kiss, and he's like, "Ugh." He runs back upstairs. Pissed. So, at one point, while they're cooking, the dad says, "Pat's not even needed. We don't even need Pat.
Who
we can cook
needs
ourselves."
Pat anyhow?
Yes.
He says.
Mm.
It's just,
Pat-
like a light, cheeky joke to Sarah. We don't need her to
Pat.
cook. We're doing a great job. Who needs Pat anyhow?
It's a girl.
That bitch heard that shit. She woke up so quick. She's off. Sarah turned her off. Dad awoken her. Who needs Pat anyhow?
She said, "You say what?"
Who needs Pat anyhow?
She's like, "Come again?"
And
Who said
now
that?
she's unlocked and loaded. She's recharged.
Yes. So she's override her shutdown, and she brings herself back online, because ain't no bitch gonna talk about me in my fucking house. That's what she says.
Right.
To the house. So at this point, they're eating dinner that Sarah and Nick cooked. Ben is sitting at the table, and he's like, "You know what? I can't even look at this crap.
Can I be
like,
excused?
Yeah, can I be excused?" And this part gets me. Sarah was like, I made
peach
pumpkin.
cobbler.
Don't you want to try it? He goes,
He's like, no, I'm
thanks."
good.
No, he says, "No, thanks." In like the most feisty way.
No,
He's
thank
like,
you.
"I'm good," or like, "No, thanks." And I was,
No, thanks.
that scene cracks me up.
And then the dad's like, well, Ben, Sarah made it specifically for you because she knows how much you like it. No, I like Mom's peach cobbler. There's a huge difference. And he gets up and he says, and what really makes me mad about this family is when people make promises that they don't even bother to keep. What the fuck is he talking about?
What the fuck is your kid talking about?
He storms off.
Peach cobbler.
And, Nick excuses himself. He's like, I'm so sorry.
Angie, once again, is sitting there like, not sure what's going on.
Right. She's like,
I like Sarah.
This is so
I like the
uncomfy.
vibes.
I like her. I like the
her.
lady.
Yeah.
She seems nice.
Yeah, she seems nice.
I like the lady. I really do. So he storms off. Nick soon follows. And he's like, what the fuck was that? What's going on?
So yeah, so the dad goes up into the room, and this is when the movie gets kind of like serious. The dad is pissed off. He's like, what is going on? And the Ben is like, I don't want to talk about it. He's like, no, you're gonna have to talk about it because you just embarrassed us downstairs, and you're being rude to Sarah, and you ruined dinner. And Ben is like, well, you made a promise, and Nick is like, you're gonna have to help me out because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Made a promise that we would always be a family, that we would always stick together after Mom died, and you're breaking that promise because you're bringing this bitch into this house.
Yeah. So apparently, when the mom died, Nick said or made a promise to Ben that he would never love anyone as much as he loved the mom, and that no one would ever replace their mother. And Nick is like,
yeah, that's true. But I'm allowed to date somebody.
Yeah, he's just like, dude, that was 4 years ago. We gotta move. Like, we can't just stop living because of this. Like,
right?
We gotta accept it. Like, I'm lonely. You don't even play basketball no more.
You don't play basketball. You don't do anything you want to do because you're just so hung up on me
Yeah.
or us not finding someone to replace your mother. No one's gonna replace your mother, Ben.
Exactly.
But what you just did, you
Crazy.
weren't raised like that. You didn't grow up like that. So whatever energy you got going on, we gotta figure it out.
You gotta chill out.
You can't do that. You can't do that no kind of way ever again.
And like we all lost somebody. You lost a mom. Angie lost a mom. I lost a wife.
You're not the only one who lost someone, Ben.
Yeah.
He tells him.
So chill the fuck out. So I guess the dust settles with them. Then we'll go back
Ben
to Pat.
has a little bit of a moment of realization.
Yeah, exactly. So back to Pat. She's in her control room and she's like, you know what? Shitteth has sitteth the fan. I need to, boost this crazy up. So she creates a holographic of herself, like a 90s, and then like a 90s, 50s version. And
she comes alive.
Basically. Alive.
She jumped out of that control room into a person.
And she's like dressed very 90s, 50s. She's got the vibe that Ben told her to have earlier in the movie.
She's got the hair, the flip up hair. She's got an apron on.
Yes.
A pencil skirt.
It's very 90s, 50s. So Ben is in his room. He's like doing his homework. And he overhears Pat being like,
she's talking to him.
Yeah. And she says, we got to watch out for that Sarah. Somewhere along the lines, like,
she's like, if we don't, interfere now, we'll never be able to get rid of Sarah. And then Ben's like, well, maybe, Nick, my dad is allowed a little bit of happiness.
Yeah.
Pat. And he turns around and she's there in the room. Ain't no voice. She's
jump
there.
Scare.
And he's
it's
like,
kind
whoa.
of, this movie like turns low-key into a horror movie.
The last 20, this only is the last 20 minutes of the movie. Like she only does this the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. And it's creepy. It's like the dangers of AI.
I mean, yeah. It happened quick.
Yeah. And it's literally like, I mean, like if it was like I could see someone with a darker mind turn this very like creepy. It could be very creepy.
I mean, it's creepy as this.
It's creepy enough. So yeah, at this point, Ben is like, one, shocked to see that Pat is in some kind of form. And he's like, you know what? This ain't right. We done brushed off a lot of shit, but this bitch, I shouldn't be staring at a Pat. So he's like, I'm gonna go talk to Sarah. Let me go talk to Sarah. We're gonna figure this out. And
but not before she clicks out on him. I don't know. I don't remember what she says.
So she basically goes off and saying like, I do this, I take care of the family, and you're just gonna let Sarah come in and replace me? I've done so much. I try to turn y'all into a family.
I try this house into a home.
Yes. And then Sarah's gonna come in and be whoop-de-doop-de-doo. I'm Sarah. I'm so perfect. I don't think so.
Fucking think so.
She clicks out. It really is creepy.
And she's basically alarmed.
And
he makes her run for it.
Yeah. She's like an overworked robot. And she's like, I don't think so.
I don't think so, honey.
So Ben makes her run for it. Luckily, she's not like,
he can run through her.
Yeah, she's not like,
she's
can't
transparent. Stop him. She's still a hologram nonetheless.
Yeah. So he runs downstairs. He's like, Sarah, Ben,
Pat is alive. She was just in my room. Fully formed, fully human, fully present.
Yeah.
And
then like,
Nick's like, what are you talking about? Sounds like you just had a bad dream. We'll get you to lay down. And he's like, no. You're not listening to me. You're not understanding.
This is
Luckily,
real.
The proof is now in the pudding. Pat pops up. Hey, guys, it's me, Pat.
And Sarah was like, oh, no, this ain't right. She's like, Pat, I need to go look at your system. I see that you turned yourself into a hologram by doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. Let me just go reboot you. And Pat's like, absolutely not. You're not supposed to be here. You're not going to touch me. And at this point, she used one of those robotic hands that she got all up in Pat to kick Sarah out of the home.
Throws her out of the house.
You got to go. And she pushes her out the house, like manhandles her out the house. And then after that, she locks down the whole house.
She bolt locks.
Like
every
she does
window, every door.
What's that movie where it's like the one day you can murder everybody?
Oh, The Purge.
The Purge. Like the rich people in The Purge where they shut down their house with all the gates in front of it. That's what happens.
Yeah, that's what she does.
And this is really turning into a scary fucking movie. Yeah, that is creepy. I'm like, oh, I think I would start crying. I would start crying and be like, because they wake up Angie, because Angie's sleeping this whole time. They're going to get Angie, and Angie's like, what's going on? They're like, Pat is going the fuck off.
Right. So they wake up Angie. They're like, we got to go, sweetie. And Angie's like, what's going on? They're like, Pat's having a meltdown. We got to get out of here. I don't know how they now think they're going to be able to get out of the house. Y'all watched her put metal frames into the doors, into the windows. Y'all aren't getting out, but whatever.
Yeah. But they try to reason with Pat. They're like, Pat, we can't stay in here. We gotta go. And Pat's like, the world is dangerous.
I can't let you leave.
I can't let you leave, buddy.
And then they're coming up with every excuse in the book. They're like, we need fresh air. We need oxygen. She's like, I can give you virtual oxygen.
I can give you love.
I can give you synthetic air. Mm-hmm. And they're like, what about our friends? She's like, we're all the friends we need.
Yes.
And they're like, Pat, we cannot be trapped in here. She's like, the outside world is too dangerous.
It's literally turning into a scary movie. I have to keep you
guys safe. And then she's like, you guys need me. And then Ben's like, well, what if me and Angie need both of you at the same time? Then the bitch multiplies herself. And then she's like, that's no problem for me. And she multiplies herself into like tens. And she's like, by no stretch of the imagination is that an issue. And she's like, can Sarah do this? I don't think so.
I don't think so. And
we're
all concerned.
Yeah.
We're scared and we're concerned. So yeah, they ain't getting out of the house, and that's a fucking night. So Sarah's outside and she's like, okay, I got to get the family out of here. She calls her publicist and she's like, can you bring over the layout of the house? Pat's gone crazy. I can't shut her down from the outside. I need to get in there to get in there. And then at one point she uses, I guess that's why they introduced the mouse, because she somehow the mouse gets in the house and delivers a note to Ben. And then they start IMing.
First of all, that note, literally, bitch, why are we doing all this? In the note, she's like, hey, Ben, I never wanted to be anything more than a friend to you. I would never replace your mother. I love your dad and I care for you too as kids, but I would never try to fill the place of your mother.
Like, I want you to know that house.
Drastically, it's very important that you understand that for me, Ben. I would never. I've worked really hard on this house and I'm so apologetic for everything that's going on. How can I help? Bitch, get to nitty gritty. Why did she write that long ass note? Why did she? Hey, Ben, SOS. What do we need to do?
Yeah.
Hey, Ben, I would never want to do anything that would ever upset with you and your feelings. And I understand how you feel about your mom. Why?
Now's not the time.
Now is not the time, fucking Sarah.
I don't need this right now. Get me out this house, bitch.
Not the time. Get to the point.
It was a weird note. It was very
so
strange.
ridiculous.
Very ridiculous.
So after all the bullshit of the note, she's like, what do y'all need help with? Like, how do I get y'all out? First of all, bitch, you built the house. Why are you asking us that?
You tell me.
We should be asking you that.
You tell me the plan.
But anywho, Ben's like, I got an idea. He writes back. He's like, I got an idea.
He's
Follow
got an idea.
me.
Right. So the next morning, Ben wakes up because they're all like, it's actually really sad because they're all sleeping in the same room.
Yes,
because they're too scared to sleep separately.
Yeah, I was like, I understand y'all are on lockdown, but y'all don't all have to sleep in the fucking living room
scary.
on sleeping bags.
That's how scary it is. They're like,
I know.
They're sleeping on sleeping bags in like the living room. It's scary.
So sad.
So that night, Ben, or like early in the morning, Ben pretends that his appendix is hurting. And the dad's like, oh my God, Ben, what's going on? And Ben's like, oh, my appendix hurting. He's like touching a part of his body that's not where your appendix is. And the dad's like, well, that's not where your appendix is. And Ben's like, come on, man, I'm trying to do something here.
Come through here.
Right, because Pat is also there. She's standing next to him and she's looking concerned. And Ben is like wailing and in pain. Outside, the is Sarah and the publicist. And the paper boy is coming to deliver the paper. He throws it, and then Pat.
Think of like how a dog has like a joggy door. There's like this whole slot for the mail and the paper. So when the paper boy throws the mail,
Yes.
the hole opens up, and Sarah takes this as the opportunity to jump through the hole into the house.
That
The
scene,
dive that she does was
it's
executed
exquisite.
perfectly.
But that scene, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I wish like I feel like they used to have that clip on like Disney Channel commercials all the time.
That was like when you see the commercial, that clip of her diving
what
into
they
the house
showed.
is there.
I was like, oh yeah, I remember this scene.
Yeah.
So Sarah is in the house. Ben is pretending to have appendicitis to distract Pat, and Sarah's trying to get into the control room. The moment she touches the control room, the alarms go off. Intruder, intruder. And then Pat's shows up. She's actually really terrifying. And she's like, what are you doing here? And Sarah's like, I really need you to shut you down. Like, this has gone too much. The family's in danger.
They think you're out of control. You're out of control. This is not what I built you for.
Yeah.
And Pat's like, I will not stand for this.
And then she makes her, so she gets
She
really
makes herself
upset,
bigger.
and she makes herself, Jade, this is a horror film.
She grows like 20 feet.
It
It is
is
already like tall as fuck. She's already
And
probably like a 6 foot tall woman. And she
Sarah,
grows like 20 feet.
Sarah is terrified. The
of
lady's not
rage.
even, the lady can't even touch you. Sarah is terrified. She's like trying to bob and weave. Just run through her, girl. She's not,
She can't grab you.
can't grab you. But it's just terrifying. So Sarah runs into the living room and finds the Cooper family, and they kind of like huddle together. And then Pat comes down, and she's so big, and she, I guess to visualize how upset she is, she like turns into like a hurricane and starts to like pick up wind in the living room.
She turns into a goddamn tornado.
And she tells Ben that she is everything that they need. Like, they don't need to go outside. They don't need a Sarah.
Then she starts singing them a lullaby. Such little baby, don't say a word.
My guess is that that's her version.
Gonna buy you
Your face.
a mockingbird.
I can't make that face. My guess is that is there a video of Ben's mom singing that to them?
Yes.
Oh yeah, there is.
Duh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
In
I thought it was
the freaking
fake.
scene where, when he gets the black eye.
That's what she's singing? I can't remember.
Yeah, she's singing that song.
Why is she singing that? He wasn't crying. Was somebody crying? They was cooking, I thought. I don't know. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe there was like a snippet of shit. Okay.
Right,
gotcha.
but that's what they were singing.
Right. So that's why she's singing that song, because Ben's mom sang it to Ben.
And she's like, I'm your mother now.
Your mother now.
And Ben is like,
me.
mother. So she's like, I'm your mother now.
Yes.
And Ben is like, why are you doing this, Pat?
Girl, why are you doing all this?
Enough. You cannot protect us. You are not real. And she's like, what did you say to me?
How dare you?
And I think, did she get more upset?
I thought she would have gotten more upset, but I think she starts to calm down. Like, the more he talks, she like calms down a little bit. But I thought she would get more upset. But she like shrinks herself back to normal size, and he's telling her like,
he's like, you can't protect us. Like, did you see what Nick and Sarah did for us when you were crashing the fuck out? They held us. They protected us. You cannot do that.
You can't do that
because you are not real.
And then so like at this
shrinks
point,
back down.
Yeah.
Remember, she's 20 feet. She shrinks back down to normal size. And she walks up to Ben and slaps him on the fucking face.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, I think she was trying to. I can't tell if she was trying to smack him.
It might have tried to slap him.
I think Disney was like, you can't smack him. But I think she would want to smack him in that scene, but she kind of does it slow.
Yeah.
But I think as an adult, she's trying to smack him.
To smack him, or she places her hand gently upon his cheek.
Yeah.
But
for
because she's a hologram, it goes through.
She ain't real.
And she's
Bitch ain't
like,
real.
She's like, you didn't feel that at all.
Yeah.
Did you? And he said, no, not in the fucking slightest. And she's like, oh. And she starts to cry. And Angie says, oh my goodness, Pat's crying. And it starts to rain in the house. And she looks at them and she says, I will miss you all very, very, very much.
And she shuts herself off.
And she disappears.
It's actually really sad.
It's so fucking sad.
She literally just started to learn how to love.
She's literally only been here for 20 minutes.
Huh?
She's literally only been here for 20 minutes.
Yeah. But she's just been, she's been collecting all these feelings for this family.
I know. So she disappears.
Yes.
The barbed wire and the metal walls disappear. She frees them from the house. And Oswald.
Right. So the next scene, Sarah's up in that control room. She's like, I fixed her. And the dad's talking to Nick, and he's like, if we didn't almost die, you'd be in a lot of trouble. Because I'm assuming he finally told them what he did. And he's like, you can't do that. You can't just be turning off safety protocols and robots.
Right.
And
Ben says,
iRobot?
At least we have Sarah to get us back on track.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
And the dad's like, she's cool, isn't she? And Ben says, yeah, she is.
I was thinking, like, the dark part of me was like, he did all this and they're going to break up.
Could you imagine?
Oh, he's so fucked up. They only last like a month. And he's like,
he has to marry her.
Yeah, he has to marry her. There's no other way.
So much. Yeah.
We can't do this again.
We cannot do this again.
All's well ends well. We see them still living in this fucking house. Ben is outside practicing basketball, and
Pat's back to normal. She's back to her robotic self. She's like giving him precise, accurate pointers on how to make the shoot into the hoop or whatever, however basketball works.
Into the hoop.
However basketball works. I don't know.
The ball into the hoop.
Whatever. And she says, if you turn your hips at a 90-degree angle and lower your left elbow at a 45-degree angle, you should be able to make the shot, Ben.
Should work.
And he's like, thanks, Pat.
Thank you, Pat.
Thanks.
You rock my socks.
Sarah pulls up. She's like, hey, Ben. Ben's like, hey, Sarah. She's like, your dad invited me over for breakfast. And he's like, okay, well, let's go inside, see what they whooped up. They go inside. They're sharing a fantastic family meal. Sarah's saying, well, I think Pat's functioning pretty good. That's what Ben tells me. Nick's like, yes, she's doing great. She's 100% back to normal.
Right.
We love our girl, Pat.
And all's well as end well. They're a happy family. Ben looks over to one screen and sees Pat. She's still watching over the family. She's still in her little...
she's on a computer screen now.
In her form, though. In
she's
like
in
her
50s form. But she's in the computer where she belongs.
See, in like, I've watched so many scary movies. In like a scary movie, that would, if you pan on her, that would be like, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
But like in this movie, she's like, I'm cool. I love you guys.
I'm still here.
I think she's still a little crazy, but she done pulled it back.
I mean, yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna act like a robot for y'all, but I am full. I have emotions. I'm fully emotionally intelligent.
Yeah, there's still a lot of potential for her to go rogue.
And I think it's crazy that they would live in that house.
We have to move.
Yeah, she tried to lock us in here.
She started a hurricane
hostage in the living room.
She put metal walls on the windows.
She got angry and locked us in this house.
We were prisoners.
We was prisoners. We couldn't get out. You couldn't get in, and we couldn't get out.
Prisoners in our own home.
Yes.
But it's a free house. They ain't got to pay the mortgage,
and it's a Disney movie, so
you know how that goes.
Yeah. So what do you think about this movie, Jay? Does it stand the test of time?
I couldn't get over how quick this movie was. I was like, damn, this shit is moving fast.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, it's like an hour
I
30.
remember it being so freaking quick. Her like turning
evil.
I was like, this is only the last 20 minutes of the movie.
Well, I guess you can kind of say like it. She slowly is doing what she's not supposed to doing, and then it does like happen over. Like I guess when they look back, for research purposes, they will see a timeline of her slowly becoming not what she's supposed to be doing.
Right.
Supposed to be doing all that.
All because the safety control panel was turned off.
Right. But I think it was a great movie. It was very intense. I don't remember being this intense. I thought it was a little more fun.
I think
it is.
This tells an important story about the dangers of AI.
And what, the roles.
I knew that was coming. I was waiting for it. I was waiting.
Of women in the household and how
restrictive it could be because
And how we contribute to society.
we contribute to society.
Because on one hand, you have
Pat,
Sarah, who is a
In
tech
tech.
guru, a genius of her own time.
And the
You
other
know,
hand,
Then the other hand, you have this 1950s woman
Old school.
character trapped in the identity of a 50s housewife,
yeah, and maybe one of the reasons
confined
why
to
she
the roles of cooking and cleaning,
exactly
with no real life, emotions, or support.
And maybe around the reason why she doesn't like Sarah so much is because she's not a version of a woman that she knows. This is some harlot who lives by herself with no children or aspirations and just works on computers.
It's so multifaceted.
So it's
So multifaceted.
It's crazy.
And I'm dead ass. It is multifaceted. This movie has layers.
I'm not serious at all.
I know you're not serious, but this movie has fucking layers, like an onion, like a chef.
I could agree to the layers. They're there. They exist.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks, everyone.
It's
Don't
been
forget
real.
to
like, comment, subscribe, rate, review, even if it's of a bad review. No
Like you're
reviews
fine.
are bad reviews. There's no such thing as bad publicity. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Yeah.
Catch you guys later.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.